Welcome to Enduring Journey to Bliss. Hope you're all doing well today. My name is Deanne, and I am going to give you an update on this little Phalaenopsis. This is the last bloom right now on her. She's a pretty little thing. I do have a playlist that shows you how she's been doing over the last couple months. You can go take a peek at that if you'd like. But I'm going to go ahead and take her out of her growing vessel, out of her container, and we're going to take a look at her. She has a new growth, new leaf starting to grow. And I want to take a look at some of her roots with all of you. And I may end up removing some of them because it's just part of the care that you have to provide to the orchid for it to stay healthy. So Phalaenopsis are monopodial orchids, so they only have the one growing area, which is where their crown is. And here I will show you, hopefully you can see that. That is her new little tiny baby leaf right there, growing in right at the center, right below my finger. That nice pretty green. That is a new leaf. Very happy to see new leaf. That means the plant is doing pretty well. As you can see, the crown is pretty good amount of space there. It's probably 2 inches almost, at least. It has 1, 2, 3 leaves on this side and 1, 2 on this side. And then it has the new little baby leaf getting ready to grow right down there in the crown. So she seems to be pretty healthy. I do want to do a little bit of cleanup on her root system, like I mentioned. If we take a look right here below her bud, there is a continuing growth. See if I can get that to focus. That's a new bud forming right there. Right there. New bud. So the spike is extending, and that is new bud formation right there. So she may give me more buds, more blooms, buds, but she is a pretty little, simple, pretty little Phalaenopsis orchid. So let's take a look at the roots together. I like to show you the good and the bad on my website, my YouTube video. This particular orchid root, I think I need to remove that velamen, and look how easily that velamen's coming off. So yep, it was time to remove that. But from there up, this is a very viable, non-squishy, still green from when I had water in it. Good root. So I'm not going to touch it anymore. This is a good root. This is a very healthy, good root. Here, it's nice and firm. That's firm. That's firm. And I'm just kind of touching all of these. This is an old, dried up. I'll take that off. And come over here. So this portion down below, that has rotted. The top portion is still firm and green, but I'm going to pull out that bottom part. That is kind of funky. Doesn't look that nice. So I'm going to pull that off right up to the point of the healthy velamen growth. There we go. Fill these next ones. That feels okay. This is kind of hard, but this will come off. So that I might just cut off because that's not really doing anything for the plant. Yeah, that's okay. That one is coming off. This is quite firm. Nice and firm. Yeah. So these do have a little bit of buildup from the fertilizer. Even in water, that can happen. So I will go give her a nice little rinse here in just a bit. She's actually got some brand new roots. Right here's brand new root growing. You can see the nice green growing tip there. And I already showed you her brand new leaf she's growing, and right here in the crown. And I showed you her new, where she's trying to extend her spike right down here, right down there. So she seems like she's doing quite well. I'm happy with that. I'm always happy with good growth. I will go clean her up a little bit. I might spritz her with some of my isopropyl alcohol. It kind of helps keeping critters and things at bay. But overall, she's doing pretty good. I do not know her name. She's one of my no identification orchids. This is part of an old leaf. Removing that because if you leave that, it's a good place for mealybugs, aphids, fungus, spider mites to hide and cause harm to your orchid. So yeah, I'm just kind of cleaning that up what I can reach with my fingers. Over here it looks like there's another new root right above my thumb right there that's getting ready to poke out. It hasn't gotten very far, but it's getting there. I'm going to go ahead and take off some of these very old wrinkly, because these are not doing anything. These were air roots previously. I'm going to clip that one off. I'm going to clip this one off right at the base. And then I can actually maybe reach, and get some of this old root, or not, excuse me, not root, old leaf. Yep, got it. So I like to keep that removed. Again, just to keep the plant from having places for fungus or critters to grow and cause damage. See if I can get that one off as well. Yep, good, excellent. Okay, so she is really in pretty good shape. I just want to give her a rinse in the sink. Take off what I can. Now, her growing, her stem is getting pretty long. Here's the end. Right here's the end. And she comes all the way up to here. So I'd say probably it might be another year, or it might only be 6 months. But right now, she still has a viable root here, and viable root here, and a viable root here, growing down low on this stem. If these were not viable any longer, or if they were simply the root strings that I leave in place, I would go ahead and I would cut her probably at least to about there. So I would remove all of this other root, or excuse me, stem, but because she does still have viable roots, I'm not going to do that. And the only reason I do that is because when you grow in water, you don't want to take the risk of this sitting in water, because it can rot, and that can lead to killing your orchid. If this was growing in bark or in moss or in lava rock where I couldn't see that, whenever I did my normal annual or every 2 years or whenever you do your repot, that's when you would be looking at this stem and saying, oh yeah, I probably need to cut half of that off. Or if it still has good roots on it, you could leave it when you do your repot. So just kind of wanted to show that since I had her out and I was looking at her. For the most part, she doesn't look too bad. I'm going to take this one off because it's not doing anything. Just helps kind of clean it up a little bit. So, yeah, I'm going to take her in, give her a little wash, a little shower in the sink. There's that new baby leaf. Always love seeing new leaf growth. And she has new root coming here. New root here. She has another aerial root up here growing. And then she has this root here with the pretty little green growth tip on it that hopefully will continue to come downward into the vessel that it's growing in. So I'm going to sit it in here just for now. I am going to take it in off camera, give her a little spritz, or not spritz, give her a little shower, kind of wash her up just a little bit. But she's doing pretty good. Like I said, this is one of my no identification Phalaenopsis orchids that I have in my collection. And you can take a look at her playlist. And feel free to stop by again. I will do follow-ups on all of my orchids. I have a lot. So it might take me a minute, but my plan is to cover each plant individually and provide updates. Not only does that provide you some new and additional videos to take a look at, but it also helps me track what's happening with my plants, with my orchids and my other house plants. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks for stopping by, and feel free to visit again for updates. And you can find the playlist on this for this particular orchid on my YouTube channel. Take care. Thanks for stopping by.